The Observer next, and the US lending a hand to Taiwan in the form of arms, Leo.
Yeah, so we've got Ukraine happening in Europe, but there's also some sabre rattling from China over Taiwan, which China obviously sees the island of Taiwan as part of China. And America has a policy of protecting Taiwan at any cost. So the Biden administration has announced a $1.1 billion arms sale to Taiwan as the tensions between America and China escalate over Taiwan's status. So it includes $355 million for Harpoon air-to-sea missiles for any ships from China that try to come over. I mean, it's obviously a bit easier to defend Taiwan because it's an island compared to Ukraine. They're also giving them air-to-air missiles and also radar. The biggest part is radar surveillance program for air defense warnings. But this is, I mean, Taiwan. It's an interesting situation. It's much harder to invade, even though China is a huge power. It's much harder to invade an island, and we've seen, China firing missiles over Taiwan, and sending airplanes and ships into Taiwanese air and stuff. But I think China's actually weakening. So we're seeing, there's the Evergrande property crisis in China. And
population decline, is there?
Population decline. They're hitting that demographic squeeze from the one-child policy.
The COVID lockdowns are a disaster for their economy.
They're still having these insanely restrictive lockdowns.
They've still got the zero COVID policies.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a cold. No.
Yeah, especially. I mean, China, I mean, you invented it. Surely you should be getting used to it by now. But on the other hand, Taiwan imports a lot of stuff. So it imports 98% of its energy, which is just about all of it. I think there's like one solar panel in Taiwan, and it imports 60% of its food. So, this as China, gets into a sort of soft conflict, there could be more issues, and also Taiwan creates a lot of the microchips that we need. So it's almost like the sort of Silicon Valley for microchips.
But the White House seemed to have been very hawkish when it comes to Taiwan and China, because, I mean, the leader of the House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, visited that part of the world. Now they're arming Taiwan. So the White House are up for a fight, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think they know that China is weakening. For years, for a couple of decades, China just seemed to be on a relentless course of growth and military might, and now it's actually been weakened by the fact that the Communist Party is becoming more autocratic under Xi Jinping. It's becoming more of a sort of Putin-esque,
and also TikTok.
Yeah, well, TikTok.
Take them down from the inside.
I mean, China's actually great at some of the soft warfare. So things like TikTok, which is created by the Chinese government to corrupt and degenerate
revenge
Western
for
culture.
the opium wars, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Get the
it's more addictive than opium.
Yeah, just a bit. Well, I'm sure you speak from experience. The Sun on